You are listening to Making It in the Toy Industry, episode number 279.
Welcome to Making It in the Toy Industry, a podcast for inventors, entrepreneurs, and makers like you. And now, your host, Azhelle Wade.
Hey there, toy people. Azhelle Wade here, and welcome back to another episode of Making It in the Toy Industry. This is a weekly podcast brought to you by thetoycoach.com. Now, if you work in an industry that is very different from the toy industry, perhaps you have a background in science or education, and you're thinking, can I use that background to create a toy or game that will help kids learn in a fun and engaging way? Well, yes, you can, my friend, and this episode is going to talk about how you can do that. Today, we are diving into the story of a Toy Creators Academy student who is blending art and chemistry into one seriously imaginative idea. This episode is part of our special series where I coach students through real-time challenges they're having right now as they build their toy businesses. You're going to hear what they're struggling with and what kind of breakthroughs they're starting to see, and at the end, we're going to talk about their product idea, so you can get a sense of how far they've come and where they're headed, and see if there's some similarities in what you're creating. My guest today is Kieche O'Connell, the founder of the award-winning IP Catoms. Now, it's impressive that Kieche is a Toy Creators Academy alumni, but it's more impressive that she has a PhD in chemistry. She's worked for the Navy and in biotech and has spent years teaching science. But more than anything, she is a creative. Her IP and toy concept is all about bringing the beauty of chemistry to life through fun and sweet storytelling through cats. Now, whether you're a science nerd, a creative type, or just someone who loves cats and wants to see more educational toys in the world, you're going to love hearing how Kieche is making it happen with Catoms. Let's dive in. Kieche, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. It's so fun to meet with my students in this setting because it's so chill. It feels like we're just doing our regular calls. It's nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's kick this off. So first, we're going to do 3 parts. We're going to start with our coaching session, then we're going to get into celebrating your wins, and then finally we'll do more of a spotlight on your product, although we're going to be talking about your IP and your product through the entire thing. But first, let's start out. What was going on in your life or in your career when you first decided to join Toy Creators Academy? And tell me, what made you think it was the right move for you at the time?
Well, actually, I was working on my MBA. I was in the middle of the program and I was starting the capstone project. And basically, we had to come up with our own business idea. And I had this idea back when I was in grad school doing my PhD, but I was like, well, I'm going to make it come to life. I'm going to take the periodic table, make them into characters, and then make those characters into collectible toys. But the thing is, like, I'm a scientist. I have no background in the toy industry. So, this was new territory for me. So I started Google searching like podcasts and just websites that had this kind of background. And lo and behold, I found you. First, I found your podcast, started listening to it. I'm like, oh, this is really good information. So then I joined your Toy Creators Academy, and that's been very fruitful ever since.
What made you want to come back for the accelerator and do more one-on-one?
Well, it's been a few years since I started the academy, and things have evolved over the time. Like first I was pitching as a character and animation, like for production, like a cartoon series. But as you know, like just the industry has changed so much, right? With all these streaming platforms, it's very competitive, and there's less funding in Hollywood, essentially.
Yeah.
So I went back to my original idea, which is the collectible toys, and started moving towards the plush. And I felt like I had like more of a grasp on that. It had more control, and I thought that was a good time to work. Like that's your arena that you're really good at. So yeah. I felt like that was something that would be really helpful for me, just to have that like that constant monthly cadence with you.
Yeah. And even though like my focus is definitely toy product and getting it into stores or selling it online, but when you developed your product, it was pretty clear that for multiple reasons, like the concept, for funding reasons, for factory reasons, we thought at the time the IP show pitch was the best direction to go. And right. You, because of you, a lot of TCA kind of evolved because that's not my specialty at all. So I went and found the resources that needed to be there to lead people to the next step if that's what they wanted to do, which is what we added to the program for you. And then I made friends with a few showrunners and producers that we could have come to the pitch event so that you could pitch your IP. I always want to say like Toy Creators Academy is defined. I do have a plan I want you to follow, but at the same time, if you're in the program, you're doing the work, you have a great idea. I'm not just going to sit there and and be like, well, sorry, I don't know how to help you. Like, I'm gonna find someone who knows how to help you so that we can make sure that this goes forward. Because eventually the goal is for me, in my mind, is for you to make a toy, even if you start with a
Right.
TV first.
Right. And to go back to what you were saying,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. Like I actually did pitch to production companies
Right.
because of you.
Yeah.
Like that was not in my wheelhouse either. So all of it was because of you, but it was like understanding factories, all those things. That was an area where I just did not feel, even with the Toy Creators Academy, I felt like I needed more like, hey, can I email you? Like we had a meeting with the manufacturer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So like just stuff like that. And like I've had to pivot a lot this past year, and
Yeah.
having you there each step of the way was, I don't know. I think I don't know what I would have done.
Oh, thank
Honestly.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the accelerator,
So,
for anyone listening, is a lot more hands-on and just kind of hand-holding. Like, so if one of my accelerator students is emailing their factory, I say, just CC me. Whereas with Toy Creators Academy, everyone can't CC me. That would be crazy. There's only 8 people in the accelerator. So yeah, I'm like, CC me. And if you need me to respond to something for you, just tell me, Azhelle, I sent this email yesterday. Can you respond for me? Or if I read the email and I think there's something that you're not asking that you should ask, I'll message you privately. Because again, I want you guys to still look like the people in charge and the leader, but I'll message you privately and say, hey, you didn't ask about this. So next time ask this or say this, or I think they're lying, or we need to see more proof or something like that. And then all the pivots. The other great part of the accelerator is you might start one route and with one product or just with one goal of pitching for licensing. Or if something changes in your circumstances, we can definitely pivot and get more one-on-one help to pivot quickly. Whereas with TCA, you would pivot, you might ask a question in the group or in a call, and I'd say, okay, yeah, here's the next plan for you to do, but there's not that monthly meeting or chats in WhatsApp to like help you execute that. It's more like this is a lot more hands-on. So before you joined, did you ever doubt that your idea was good enough? Because it's a really good idea.
well, thank you. Well, yeah, I had some doubts because it's just not my area of expertise as far as like toy. Like I just didn't have a background in toys or, character making,
Right.
things like that. But pretty quickly, I had proof of concept as far as I was in my MBA program and just talking to people. I mean, I did interviews like with kids and parents and just scientists and all kinds of people. And I just got a lot of positive feedback from strangers, professionals, friends, everyone. And even like in the pitches that I did through Toy Creators Academy, I mean, that was one thing that was apparent was I got a lot of positive feedback from the production companies.
And I mean, what about the award?
Yes, I pitched at the licensing expo back in 2022 for character animation. I was a finalist, and then I pitched at the conference and won for character and animation. So
pretty crazy.
And through that, I made connections like through the judges and everything. So that's been great. Yeah.
Oh, that's so awesome. Are you still in touch with any of those people? Like, will they help you with the next stage? Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I just need to make sure I feel prepared for it.
I mean, my next question was what shifted your mindset of if this idea is good enough, but clearly it's just getting it out there, getting feedback from other people. I call it, in some of my master classes that I do, I say, don't get stuck in the top secret trap where you want to keep your idea top secret for so long, you never even find out if it's a good idea because you never tell anybody about it. Like there is a way to share it, to protect it. Are you currently following the path of inventor or entrepreneur, or are you still figuring that out?
Definitely entrepreneur. I mean, that's a path I've been doing, and I think it's making it slower for me because I'm having to figure out all the nitty-gritty details. And one of the areas that I'm not really a fan of is the marketing, and that's been a kind of a block for me. But I think in the future, I think I maybe stay an entrepreneur, but I would like to partner with someone so I can kind of do what I'm really good at, and then have someone that is maybe better at the marketing part of it, like have like those details, and I can be the creative and the science details, like I don't mind pitching. I think I can pitch and everything. It's the actual digital marketing part that I just flub.
Well, you don't have to give away. I mean, yeah, there is a thing where you either have to give away your idea, like a portion of your idea, or you have to give away a sum of money to get that marketing help. That part's hard, but I would, I mean, it depends on how much money you have to invest in it, but it's like, it sucks to give away a part of your baby when honestly, you are what's going to sell it. Like you being who
Right.
you are, the PhD, the master's, the science teacher, like that is actually what sells it. So I think if you got a marketing partner, they're going to say, okay, great. I need you to record these videos. They're going to be like,
Yeah.
here's a script. And you're going to be like, but I thought you were going to do it. They're like, no, I'll post it.
Yeah.
But you need to
Right.
record. You're going to be the face, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
But before we keep going, so everyone here knows, give us your elevator pitch for your IP. How would you describe
Yeah.
it if you had just like 30 seconds on an elevator with someone?
So Catoms, it's a microscopic world centered around the periodic table, and all the elements are cats, and those cats have the personalities and traits of that element that they are,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, for example, hydrogen is just a kitten, and she likes to use her powers to levitate, and she has all kinds of other powers, but like she really enjoys levitating around, and she carries her single electron on her tail.
Mm-hmm.
But she also loses her electron. She's very forgetful and loses it everywhere, right? And then you have like Fluorine, who's a rich, greedy catum, and he lives in Halogen Heights, and he's like a
Halogen
literal
Heights.
fat cat, right? And he's just always scheming to get more electrons. So it just gives you an idea of the characters, which through that, it's about discovering your superpowers and teamwork and having fun, entertaining.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Hydrogen, she loses her electron. Is that a personality trait that you created based on the element?
Yes, absolutely. So that's the thing about it. It's taking what's scientifically factual
Yeah.
and putting it into the character's personality.
So break her down. Yeah.
So for hydrogen is literally just a proton and an electron. Like if you think about like an acid, like hydrofluoric acid. So hydrogen easily loses its electron, gives it over to fluorine, and fluorine takes that electron. So it's like an uneven balance of just passing one electron. So it's a lot of times you see hydrogen as just a proton. That's just a positive ion hydrogen.
Okay.
Literally. So it's just removing the electron. So hydrogen is just very loose with the electron in real life. And so it's a good characteristic for the character.
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna like it makes the perfect TV show. It's like you see these characters and my favorite story that I would love for you to tell. You know the one who rusts the other one because they fall in love.
Oxygen and iron. Yeah. So iron oxide is rust. And so I have a story written where the heavy metals come to town into non-metal city, and one of the characters, the drummer, is iron, and Oxygen is a big groupie fan of the band. So she gets tickets and gets backstage to meet the band, and she and Iron basically have like a little love interest. And then, but once they get together, they kind of like are just always just having fun and hanging out, playing video games or whatever. And then he's not really doing his job in the band. Like he's like kind of skipping practice and everything. And then she's just not really doing her job either. So it's just like basically they're rusting, they're deteriorating. And so then Carbon has to come over and like have a plan with the rest of the heavy metals to get them to like, maybe this isn't a good relationship.
So like, wait, now explain it as science, like just the same story.
So iron in its elemental form is, by itself is, a metal, right?
Mm-hmm.
A shiny metal. But then oxygen does this to many things, but we just think of rust, right? So when oxygen is exposed to iron, it will start basically making chemical bonds with the iron, and it turns into iron oxide, which is rust. Mm-hmm. And so then it's just going into a lower, when we think about it's increasing entropy, but lowering the energy state. Like it takes a lot of energy to take, because that's how they make elemental iron. It's just found as iron oxide in the earth, and then you have to put a lot of energy in it to remove the oxygen and have it in its elemental form.
This is just a show that has to exist. Look at that. And with your brain behind it, man, I'm so proud to have you in the accelerator. But I know right now you're focused on the toys, and even the plush that you've sampled already. They look so cool. But also, hold on. We have talked so much about what you could do for social media. I swear, explaining stories like you did right now, and then getting an assistant to someone from the Philippines, it can be someone overseas, to video edit in images of your characters to go along with what you're saying. So you say oxygen, and oxygen appears on the screen, and then there's an audio sound to go with it. I feel like, actually, Nika, my editor who's listening, I would love for you to take that section where she just did that and make a sample of what this could be as the episode
Uh,
promo. Because I think that could be
yeah,
all of your social media, like just talking
yeah.
about the stories and saying it as like this. So one day the heavy metal band came to,
Non-metal city.
right. Is it the non-metal band? What's the band? Heavy metal band.
Just say heavy metals. Yeah,
Okay,
I
the
haven't
heavy
really.
metals
Yeah,
band came to non-metal city, and their biggest fan, Oxygen, got backstage passes to their event. Like, you can literally be telling the story like you're telling it to a friend, and then
yeah.
someone edit in images, and they could animate it a little bit with AI. You could animate the characters to blink, or maybe their hands move, or holding up backstage pass tickets, and just edit in some visuals so it's interesting to watch you talk about it. And then
Mm,
you at the same time could, in your background on your shelves that you have, like, have more Catoms and maybe less books or more things
yeah,
directly related to Catoms, or just hold them closer to you so they're bigger on the screen, and just talk about it. Because some
yeah.
some of my best posts right now are actually just me talking about tariffs, with
Mm,
very little or to no animations happening. So
yeah,
yeah, like,
yeah.
these stories are so interesting. Like, if you literally just told the story and then at the back end of the story said, like, okay, scientifically here's what's happening, and like said the science part after, that right there is like a great post.
Huh, I never thought about it that way. Like actually, like just telling the story and then explaining the science in the
Yeah,
background,
and
like
then
after.
having the
Okay.
images of your characters
Yeah,
and
yeah,
obviously your logo the whole time.
yeah.
And then the hashtags being
Huh.
science. That is such a great idea. And I wonder if you share it with an influencers in the science space. Like, I think of Sean the Science Kid. I don't know if you've seen him. He's so cute. He's this
No.
little black kid and he is adorable and he's obsessed with
I'll have to
science
write
and
him
he is
down.
just like adorable. But like, if you share it with someone like that who might reshare it and get it to a bigger audience, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look
Okay.
at this. Well, we're Nika's gonna
Yes.
help us do
All
an
right. We just
edit.
workshopped an idea.
Yeah, that was great. Wait, look at the coaching hasn't even begun. Okay, so what?
Yeah.
So tell me, what are you struggling with right now? What would you like to focus on our coaching session?
I think my mental block with social media, I have like a fear of it. I have a
Okay.
fear of posting. I have a fear of messing it up, I guess.
Why?
Messing up. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like a scary place to me because,
Mm.
it's just you got a lot of trolls and all kinds of stuff on
Mm.
there, and I just, even though I just want to share my idea, it's just I don't know, it just feels like everyone has an opinion, and
Oh,
I
they
just
do.
don't, it's not, yeah.
Oh, they do.
So I just have to ignore it, but at the same time, like I just want to make sure I make a good first impression.
I don't know that ignore it is the right word, because I think I used to feel that way.
Yeah.
I actually feel like you have to embrace it. And this is
Mm.
something I messed up on. I remember the first time I got a ton of negative comments, and it was because I rendered a toy in AI, and then everyone hated me. Not everyone, like some people liked it, but I got several diatribes written on these posts saying, like, I used to respect you, and you made this
Wow.
AI thing. I will never listen to your podcast again. And I was really offended. It's like,
Yeah.
but also I was like, this person's not living in reality, because like the
Right.
reality of it is we can't stop. The train has left the station. We didn't do it. It
Right.
had left it
Right.
had left years before we knew AI existed. It was coming.
Right.
It was like the internet. We can't stop it. It's unfortunately
Yeah.
going to happen. All we can do is know how to use it so we can lead the pack. But what I regret is when that happened, I pulled back on AI big
Mm.
time. I like did not post about it. I had a whole plan to post several images just like what I had posted. I had like weeks worth of content created, and I got scared. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, they don't like it. They don't hate me. And the worst part is it didn't stop me from using AI in my business, because I had to. Like, I'm a one-woman show. I need help, and wherever I can get
Yeah.
it. I mean, I have a team, but very small. So like wherever I can get support in sorting through data, creating an image or visualizing something, I need it. So I was still using AI, learning so much and sharing none of it because of this
Mm.
person, and to such a detriment to my audience
Yeah.
and to myself. So it's more about like embracing it and enjoying it. And sometimes it helps to lose yourself in the world of social media a little bit. Like, maybe if you look at Sean the Science Kid, and if you look at maybe some adult science influencers, that maybe like the Space Gal, and you say, you know what, she's so funny, or she's so sweet, or he's so
Yeah.
cute, and this is so fun. Like, if you can get yourself to feel like this is a fun place to be on the internet, that's when
Yeah.
you're going to feel like, I want to be on this place on the internet.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is like, if you follow some of these influencers, not that aren't the like micro influencers and a little bit bigger, and you're liking and engaging with their posts, they or someone on their team is going to recognize you and your brand for being there repeatedly, and you will become essentially a part of their little science pod. So I have people that like, I like their posts and they like mine, and we comment on each other's things, and we're almost like weird internet friends. So it's that's what it can be. It's essentially a public chat room or a public email room. And you have to think of it that way to like it. To be like, I'm posting this for the space gal. I'm not posting this for anyone else, like just think of it that way. And
that's a good point.
Yeah. And
I already kind of do that naturally. Like there's the Chem Thug I follow, and
Chem Thug?
It's like, you
so
should
funny.
check him out. He's great. It's like always giving
and like
cool
I would
videos.
Start as simple as like, if you post something, message the Chem Thug. Who knows if they'll respond? But message them and say, hey, I just posted this. I'm so scared to start on social media. What do you think? Can you give it some love? I would appreciate even if you just left a comment. I used to do that every time I posted, because nobody was following me. So every time I posted, I would literally send my post to all of my friends, and I'd be like, please like this, please comment, please ask a question. What do you want to know? Like, and nobody knows you're doing that until then one day you're actually famous and it doesn't matter anymore. So
you actually have the notoriety.
One day it comes, but until then you've got to do what you got to do to feel like it's worth your time and to be seen. And in the early days, like, don't be afraid to, in the first month, like you make 30 posts and you get like 2 likes on a post, just repost all those things the next month. Nobody is going to notice.
That's a good point.
But let's do this video. Nika, I can't wait to see what you create. This is going to be great. You might have to send, I'm going to give her your email address. You might have to send her some images.
Okay.
But that would be great.
Good.
Okay. So the social media thing is what you want to focus on. We kind of already did that, but are there any other specific questions that you would have around it? Or roadblocks?
I think the roadblocks is just, I think what I need to do is kind of get ahead of it a little bit and have like stuff I already curated, like a little folder of things, so I can feel like I'm not like chasing myself to try to get it done. Like just like give myself a couple weeks to have material already curated, so I can just go, okay, this is going to be posted, like have it on like Canva or whatever, just schedule
if we
out or
think
whatever.
of this video concept, you already have the stories. So if you're comfortable with this idea, literally it's just you who already knows the stories, making a list of like, all right, I'm going to tell this story, this story, this story, and literally just recording it to the camera, and then finding yourself, Anika, like who can do this work for you. And actually, we're going to have some extra time. So if you wanted to, like, we could work something out too between us. But like, I can show you actually my entire hiring process for Nika as well, because it took a while and I almost gave up. And when I found her, I was like, praise Jesus. Like, just I was in a mastermind myself, and I told them I'm just going to not have a podcast anymore because I can't find anyone. Everyone sucks. And I went through like 3 or 4 people. But I think if you can find someone whose job it is to video edit and post for you via, they don't have to necessarily log into your account. There are like posting tools that they can post from and post for you. That would be all you need. And then you literally just record, they edit, and they send for your approval. You say yes, and they post.
Oh, that sounds good.
You know, and you can even, another thing that I do with ChatGPT for people who hate AI, plug your ears. But another thing I do is for Nika, I created a custom ChatGPT for like captions. So if I don't have time to write a caption for a post, and I need her to do it, there's a ChatGPT thing that is trained to sound like me that she'll put in the transcript of the video and say, make a caption for this video that I've recorded. And it provides hashtags. So the help there is really the hashtags. It's like, how do we make sure that this video is seen by the right people? The hardest part I've found in hiring someone to post for you on social media is if they're posting through a third-party app, sometimes there's limitations, one, with the third-party apps, and then the limitations could be tagging other accounts. So if they don't have full access, they might not be able to tag other accounts, which can definitely reduce how much visibility you have. So what I've done out of like it's like a hack. It's like a sloppy shortcut, but I'll go in after the fact, after it's been posted, edit, tag someone, and then even add into the comments a comment tagging them again to make sure they see it, because I don't want to give another person access to my account. I feel like it just gives too much vulnerability, and that's my whole business. But she'll post through a third-party app, and then I'll manually go into a few posts and just tag, comment, make sure certain people are seeing it. And even add hashtags sometimes, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
So
yeah,
I would do that.
All those things
yeah.
I need to get more proficient at.
It's not even, it's just an edit. It's like, you're overthinking it.
I think so. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Yeah, you got to take it a day at a time. Like my best things were when I took it a day at a time. Like when I plan my posts, they don't do well. When I was doing like one reel a day and I would always post them at 12 and I would literally plan them at 10, those did great. Yeah. I would be like, okay, what's trending? I'd pick a trend. I would make a thing. They weren't always perfect, but it was like they were out by 12, maybe 1 sometimes. And they did so well. The tariffs one, what I literally do with the tariffs is I search in Google, what are people saying about tariffs today? And then I like think about my opinion. And then I literally just talk like if I were talking to you. And then the key though is editing down all the pauses. So like I use Descript, but you would hire somebody to edit all this out and just cut out every hesitation, because people have no patience. So
right.
Every hesitation, people think you're so sure of yourself, but really you're doing it because they have no patience. And then that's it. And you add captions and that's it. Like, don't overthink it. You just need to record the video. And then you need someone like Anika to do everything else.
Yes.
But you're going to see. We have a test right now. And then...
Okay, this will be interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And then you can use that test clip to hire someone. You can say, this is the type of video I'm going to give you. This is what you have to give me. And then you can record another video and make them do a test as part of the onboarding. I had Nika do a test that I paid her for, but I did a test edit. Like, okay, so definitely do that. Okay, we covered that. Now I want to flip the script. You've been asking me for help, but let's be honest, you've come a long way yourself. So let's shine some light on the wins you've already had. What is a win that you've had that made you think, wow, I can't believe I actually did this?
Well, I think the biggest one was winning the Character and Animation Award at the Licensing Expo, because I know people, when they saw that I did it, they entered the subsequent years and didn't even get to be finalists.
Really?
So I was like, wow, because you think like whatever, I wouldn't be a part of a club, I would have membership, or you know what I mean? Like it was that kind of thing. I'm like, oh, it's just me, so everyone can do it. Well, apparently not. So that was kind of interesting. So that felt really, like I accomplished something. And to be honest, like getting the plush made, like
they're just so cute. Can you bring one closer to the camera? Yeah. They're so cute. They have a vibe.
So I think this in itself is huge, because I think the manufacturer got it right, the materials, the look. And then here's what I was talking about, like
hydrogen.
The electron comes off.
So anyone listening to this episode, Kieche is showing hydrogen, and is that who's that? A carbon.
This is carbon.
Hydrogen and carbon plushes. So go on our youtube.com/thetoycoach if you want to see it. Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Yeah, and I even made hydrogen a little smaller to reflect that she's smaller.
Hydrogen, the element is smaller?
Yeah, because it's the smallest element in the periodic table.
I did not know that. I did not know that. Yeah. So that is so great. Yeah. I love it.
So, I mean, so I'm really happy about how these turned out. Yeah. And I'm making more, they're coming slowly, but that was a big win for me, because to see like actually coming to life in a toy, like it's one thing to have the concept and then to have it actual tangible thing.
What I just flashed back to is I remember when you first joined, you were going to make vinyl figures.
Yes.
That's so funny. And I didn't want you to make vinyl figures.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's so expensive.
Expensive. Yeah. That's why I was like, okay, I guess I'm not doing that. It sounds really expensive.
So expensive. I was like, so the mold. Yeah. And then that's why we pivoted to TV.
Yes. But the thing is, like, one of the reasons why I was afraid of doing plush was because I didn't think the plush would do the art work justice, but it did. I feel like that they got it. They nailed
No,
it.
they 100% did. Are you doing
Yeah.
box packaging for them, or are you doing any packaging?
That will be the plan. Yeah, that I was going to put them in a box.
I feel like you should have something on the back of the box that says, or an insert in the box if you have space, if you have room in cost, that connects the personality of the character to the scientific fact.
Right.
So like, did you know,
Right.
or much like hydrogen. Oh, I guess her name is hydrogen. Yeah, I guess her name is hydrogen, right? Her name's hydrogen?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much like hydrogen, the element, hydrogen, the catum, is the smallest catum in Catum land or whatever.
Right.
Or did you know that hydrogen always loses its electron, or like things like I wonder if you should have a set number
like actual facts. And then I was thinking having like a little trading card in the box.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about your trading card.
Hydrogen, the like superpowers and weaknesses and things of the character itself, but then on the box I could have the science of hydrogen.
Yeah, I forgot about and we talked about having like a game that goes with your trading cards too, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's long term, but I don't know. I don't know that I would put it in the box.
So like giving a freebie.
It is. And like, we don't have tariffs. We don't have any money for that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't, if anything, because like what's the benefit of the trading card is that can be an opening price point product for your brand. So if people love the Catoms, but they're like end up being $40 or even $50, they might be $50, which I think they'd be worth it. Looking at Samantha's dolls, 100%. I think this is niche enough. You can command a high price point. You can probably go 55. And the detail, I would say that your detail and quality is akin to Samantha's Joey dolls. And she's at 55.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, people did fight her at first, and now look at her sitting at tariffs, and like everyone's like, this is everyone's new price now. So,
right.
Yeah, I feel like you can command a higher price, and the trading cards can be that opening price point that people come in at without it having to be.
They can have something to collect.
Yeah, without like, if they're like, I can't do the 55, but I can do this $10 trading card set, and then they get that, and then they're like, oh, you know what? I just want to get, like, maybe I collect 20 trading card characters and I learn through them that my favorite is hydrogen because I'm so much like her. So now I'm going to invest in getting the $55 hydrogen, you know?
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I love it. Okay. So what is something that you've done in TCA, Toy Creators Academy, that you never thought you would do before joining?
Ooh. Well, pitching for one.
Oh my
pitching
God.
various I mean, to the various, like, it's toy companies, production companies, the licensing. It's like there's so many different avenues because it's slightly different niches that you have to tailor it to. So just that alone, like, and having that network and that exposure.
Yeah.
So that was one. Oh, just getting as far as having actual product. I don't know. I mean, it sounds crazy, but like from an idea to actual product in your hand, that's a big deal. So that's another one that's just like,
I know, and I'm so proud. Like whenever I see, because in the accelerator, it's more hands-on, but it's not done for you. It's still done with you. It's just done with you, like more. You text me and you can say, "Oh, Azhelle, I just got this from the factory." You can CC me on the emails. But it's really cool to see you guys do it on your own. And I come into a call and you're like, I just got this from the factory. And I'm like, oh my, that looks better than what I would do. Like, it looks like your quality of what you got back from the factory is really great. Like, it's top quality. Like, I think that looks like it could be on a toy shelf right now.
Yeah. And then frankly, also just besides like your help with like going on the call with me with the factory, and then also like you helping me with my colors, like brand colors, things like that. Yeah. But also the people I met through Toy Create, like the people in the academy and the accelerator, like Ruthie, she's the ones that introduced me to this particular factory. And, just it's such a nice community. Like everyone's so friendly, Durat, like everyone, it's just nice to have people that are in it. We're in it together,
Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah. Like the people, the community. And that was something I realized also was going into this when I was saying like, I was like, well, I don't have a toy industry background, but what I've learned is that I really like I feel like those are my people,
Oh,
you know?
I love
Like everyone I've
it.
met in the industry has been so nice. You know,
Mm-hmm.
any event I've been to is just like, oh yeah, you know, it's like a nice group of people.
And I love that we have
Yeah.
kind of a little bit of a crew too. Like there's like when
Yeah.
you're going to an event, it's like, oh, are there other TCAers going? And there's such a small roadmap that we all kind of follow through the program that you feel like you're connected to somebody before you even meet them because you're like, oh, did you go to
Right.
Azhelle's first call? I know, wasn't she like, I don't know, like, or
Yeah.
did you read module 3? Oh, I hate module 3. You know, like just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's like something to connect with, which is nice.
Yeah.
So you don't feel alone. Did you get your free
Right,
t-shirt?
right.
Like, I didn't know we got a free t like, you know, just
Yeah.
so many things. So has your idea evolved since you've joined TCA? Because I actually don't know that it's changed.
It has. Well, one, just the fact that I mean, just going from vinyl toy idea
Oh,
to
right.
animation to
Plush.
plush.
Yeah.
That's one thing, but also now we're kind of going through another evolution of with the working on the style guide pretty soon,
Yeah.
making the brand more cohesive and more
Yes.
tightening up the brand look.
Yeah.
Because as you know, my nephew is my artist and he's an amazing artist and he's done such a good job. But with the artistic freedom that he had, I think, which is fun, I think now we're at a point where we might want to tighten up and like
Hmm.
I might want to redesign some of the characters
Yeah.
that I have
Yeah.
slightly just so that they have more of a uniform look.
Yeah, like your characters back there, like the hydrogen and
Yeah.
carbon, and even, is that oxygen back there? They all look like they go so well together.
Yeah, the first few, like these are my first few that I had made. It's nitrogen at top and oxygen on the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we need to make sure they
So,
all have cohesive but differences. Like cohesive,
right.
but we want to make them defined. Like your heavy metals are a little bit edgier and anglier. Right.
Yes.
We don't want to
Yes.
lose that.
So,
That's so good.
right.
So good.
Yes. So I think that's definitely, I think it's just tightening it up because I think when you're first doing everything and coming up with the idea and
Hmm.
making everything, making the world,
Yeah.
you're letting the whole, it's very expansive and now I'm just trying to clean it up and tighten it up so it's really specific.
Have you had any aha moments that changed how you think about? I feel like you might have had one on this call, but have you had
Yeah.
any aha moments that changed how you think about like your audience?
Yeah, that's a big one. So when I was first doing this, because I was pitching this, well, first I also was using this as my capstone project in my MBA. So the way I was selling it
Oh.
was, and then also for the original production company that was interested in, they were looking at smaller kids, like younger kids, that which
Mm.
wasn't my initial thought process, but that's where it was going towards, is going to young kids as the target audience. But then I started to realize as I'm going through making the stories and developing the characters that this is more science nerd, cat lover, adults, and tweens and teens. Like I feel like that's really the audience because that's
Hmm.
more authentic to who I am.
Right.
Because I think authenticity is going to be another important part of this, and I can relate to that audience better. So I think I can make a better product with that
That's a
audience.
great insight. And you
Yeah.
will have to be in all the videos. But
Yeah.
that's but it is interesting because the production company that wanted to do it for young kids, I think if that's their area of expertise, that is a good way to go. And what's so great about what you created is it's so rich in facts and knowledge and insight that when pared down to be a preschool IP, it would have so much weight even when being simplified because it will be
Yeah.
rooted in so much reality and fact and depth. So I think as you progress and hopefully as you launch your entrepreneurial side, another production company will re-enter and say, "Hey, we'd love to work on the preschool show." And what you have is going to be so rich that people won't know why the show captivates them so much, but it will be because of the depth behind each character, even if we're
Yeah.
only shown a surface level of it in the episodes, you know?
Right, right. Yeah. But I think initially it needs to start with the
Yeah.
kind of higher level and then go move down. I think
Yes,
that's,
the
yeah,
trickle
true.
down theory. And
Yeah.
that's what everyone's talking about with the adults and like who's driving the
Yeah.
toy industry sales right now? Adults, the adult market. Look at Squishmallows.
Yeah.
Like this is like Squishmallows for science nerds, right?
Right, right.
It's great.
Essentially.
It's so good. And then also, I remember I loved your idea so much because I was like, so when I've done my research for who likes like Toy Creators Academy, interestingly, it's a lot of people that love cats. That's like a
Hmm.
very, so like in Google research, when you do a Google ad, it will show you all the people that love your ads, and you can like filter by what those people have in common. And people loving cats is something that
Mm.
is similar in TCA, which I thought was so weird. So then I got
Yeah.
into researching like more about how many people love cats. And when you came in, I was like, oh my God, like cats and STEM. I'm like, that's just
Yeah.
a gold mine. I was like, we're gonna make so much money. I'm like, let's
Yeah.
go. So I think, yeah, it's just brilliant. It's so brilliantly done.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so, well, you've kind of already answered this, but is there any other way that being part of this community of TCA has helped shape your idea? You mentioned Ruthie shared her factory with you, or maybe how it's helped shape how you see yourself in the toy industry.
Yeah, it makes me realize that I can be taken seriously in the new industry and that I do have some validation in my idea. And also it's exciting to share ideas with other TCAers. And then also like I know Joanna just in her little the friend
Friend Forest,
forest.
yeah.
Yeah, so cute. And like just seeing other it just gives me it sparks idea even though it's like very different IP,
Mm-hmm.
like and different toy, it helps when you see other people going through it and then you're like, oh, you had that problem. Oh, that's I'm probably going to run into that too, and
Yeah.
yeah, so
And even
yeah,
you get
so
to see it with like, oh, you use that factory from the TCA list and this is what you experience. Oh, I might experience that too. Let me prepare for that. Like you get to like kind
right.
of get shortcuts all along the way. That's so great. Okay, let's move on to spotlighting your product even more. I want to talk more about what you're building, who you're building it for. So, who is your toy brand for again, and what makes it so special for that audience?
Yeah, so I wanted it to be like, so I think it's for people with a science background initially, like to start, because I want them to enjoy being in on the joke. It's like, oh, I see
Mm-hmm.
what you did there. That's kind of the fun part, right? And I think
Yeah.
it sparks creativity where they weren't, expecting it. So, and I think, I mean, because I notice that a lot whenever I have one of my science friends, I tell them about the characters, they get so excited and then they want to come up with ideas too. Like then they like want to build on what I'm building, like they just like it's a lot of yes and then they want to like
Oh,
get in
that's
the
so
world
funny.
and it kind of share their knowledge too. So it's really funny that they get really into it and they're like, oh, what idea will, this science turn into, this character, like they just get really into it. So that's really fun. And then for those without the science background, I want them to feel enchanted by the magical world,
Mm.
that it's Catoms and that world that they live in and how they feel like they can find themselves in these characters. And it's like a way of learning chemistry and science in general without realizing it. So it's just
Yeah.
like being enchanted by the world and the characters and seeing yourself in them, like these are like the Catoms have the same personality traits that you may have. Like they may feel anxious or they may be really outgoing or whatever, or the superpowers that they have, there's a parallel to your superpowers, or what their weaknesses are. So it's relating to them and then also like, oh, without even realizing it, I'm learning science.
This would have helped me so
So,
much in chemistry class in high school, really, like big time.
well,
What
good.
inspired you to create this idea?
It was back in grad school, and I was TAing and tutoring on the side to make money, and I had to TA as part of my stipend for my PhD work.
Hmm.
And these are kids that is like a elite university, already taking college chemistry. This isn't their first rodeo with this stuff, but they were struggling. And I was like, why are you struggling? It just felt very abstract to them. And as I was talking to them and like teaching them, I realized that like this just didn't feel like it had any basis in reality. Like at least biology a little bit
Oh,
had you can kind of have some more tangible things or
yeah.
physics has a little some depending on the
Yeah.
type of physics.
Yeah.
But chemistry had more of an abstract field, like they couldn't see it, so it just didn't seem like anything
Interesting.
that they related to. So I was like, oh, what if you just made it into something? Because like kids, like with dinosaurs, right? Dinosaurs don't exist now, but little kids always seem to gravitate towards them because they see them, and they know their names. It's kind of complex nomenclature and
Yeah.
that they get it, right?
Yeah.
And then it's not scary to them. Like
Hmm.
if they can do that, they can do that with chemistry.
As a kid, I was obsessed. I had this one dinosaur VHS that
Yeah.
I would watch over and over again obsessively. I just loved it.
See?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
definitely watch a Catoms VHS. I'm
Right. I
aging
mean, I think,
myself, but
yeah. No, I had the VHSs too. So
I'm
yeah.
25. But
Yeah.
what do you want adults to feel when they experience your toy or your brand?
I think just joy, like just like, oh, I get that. Like, oh, that's so clever. Just like, oh, yeah, this is really funny. I get the joke, and I get what it is.
Like, is it something where you want them to have a Catum in their house and when people come over, they're like so excited to explain to them what it is? Like, do you want that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's it. I think both adults and kids like that. It's like you
Yeah.
can like finding the Easter eggs on them. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like here, carbon has three toe beans here, three toe beans here. Well, it's atomic number six, so six. Things like that. Like
Oh, okay.
just little
Okay.
things.
Well,
So
Easter eggs. Little wink. They call
right,
those like winks at the parent. Well, like when you do it in a
yeah.
kid's product, they call it like a wink at the parent.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, the little winks at the
That's so
parent.
funny. Yours is a wink at the audience. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that's so
yeah.
great. So, where
So
can people go to, I hope, get on your email list to know?
yes,
We've been talking about this, to know when
yes.
either the Catoms Kickstarter launches or the product is ready to buy.
So it's thecatoms.com,
Okay.
or you can go on Instagram, the Catoms. Make sure it's the Catoms, not just Catoms,
Yeah, because
because
we are the Catoms, right?
yes, the Catoms on Facebook or Instagram,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, and there's LinkedIn as well.
Okay. So, if someone out there is sitting on an idea like you once were, what would you say to them about joining Toy Creators Academy?
Oh, just do it. You have to do it. I mean, honestly, like me of all people, if I did it, everyone else has to do it because it's just it's making that first step. It's like what I know. I don't want to quote Henry Ford, but I am. It's like if you succeed or fail. What is it like? If you do it or you don't do it, you're right, or you succeed or you fail. What was
Oh,
that? Never
either
mind.
either you
Either you
succeed.
succeed or you
Oh, but either
fail.
way you
Either way, you're
learn.
right.
Either way you learn.
Either way, you're right.
Oh, either way you're right.
No.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So it's more about like you can do it, and having this all
Mm,
organized and having it broken down for you in one place is a huge unlock. And I don't know where else you can get that. If you really want to do this, take this seriously, like it's just having it broken down in smaller pieces because it's overwhelming at first, right? When
yeah.
you're like, I have this idea. Well, now what? Like if you can just have a resource where you're
Mm-hmm.
having people,
Mm-hmm.
like actual list of things you need to get done
Yeah.
in all of it. So, and just having someone to talk to about it and peers, I mean, and
Yeah.
just learning about the industry and just, yeah, I mean, it's like eat the whale one bite at a time.
Eat the whale.
Right.
Oh, this is
So,
the
and that's what
great.
it is.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad that you joined TCA. And I remember, oh my gosh, you gave me my best quote ever. It's never leaving my website. I don't
Really?
like, you were like, your quote for TCA years ago was, I don't know if you remember, but you were, first of all,
Yeah.
you showed up at the graduation for TCA because we used to have a Zoom graduation whenever we have a live
Yeah.
cohort. She was wearing her graduation cap and you inspired me to get a graduation cap. So now
Oh, that's
I have a
right.
purple graduation cap for my TCA graduations now. But you came wearing your graduation cap and you were like, I just graduated from my MBA and I feel like, and oh, and you said I paid $100,000 for that. And you were like, and I feel like I got more value here or something. Oh no, you said,
It's
yeah,
true. It's worth the what I paid to have Toy Creators Academy. I think I got the same. I learned a lot of the same stuff in my MBA
that's
for
crazy.
$100,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If I could only get accredited, but that's probably why. But then
Yeah.
once I get accredited, it's probably going to have to cost more. That's probably
Right,
that's how they
right.
get you. But
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you. What are you hoping to achieve 1 week
One
from
week.
now?
Posting on Instagram and Facebook.
Will you? I was hoping you would say get your email list up, but
Oh, that too.
that.
I mean, yes, that.
But yeah, if you could get one video up on Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook, yeah, that would be great. It might even be the one
Yes.
that we do for this episode. We can send
Yeah,
you
yeah.
that. We can send you that clip so you can use it too.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just start
Yes,
easy.
and getting the website up and running with the
Yes.
email
Email. Get those emails
subscribe.
and phone numbers. Let's
Yes.
go. And my
Yes.
last and final favorite question. What toy or game blew your mind as a kid?
Oh, Breyer model horses.
What? Breyer model horses?
The Breyer, Breyer.
Uh-huh.
Oh my, I was a horse freak
Really?
as growing up. Oh, I collected those model horses. I had 60 of them. I had a whole
What?
shelf in my room just full of those
60?
Breyer horses. And
Really?
I'd play with my friend down the street. She still has horses, like live horses to this
She's
day
real
now.
horses.
We grew up together and we'd take in our like Glad trash bags, like put our horses in and walk. She lived doors down. And we take our horses so we can play with our horses
That's
together.
adorable. Oh, that's so cute. Wow, Breyer model horses. That do you
Yeah.
remember the horse that was your favorite? Like what it looked like?
Yes, it was a black and white pinto and it had a saddle. Like most of them, a lot of them don't have like accessories, but this one had a saddle and a bridle.
Have you ridden horses?
Oh yeah, I grew up riding. I played
Oh.
polo in college.
Whoa, you are so
Yeah.
multi-talented. Toy
Yeah.
creator, scientist, polo player. Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, I see the black and white pinto is beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that. Oh, that's so great. Oh, Kieche, thank you so much for an incredible conversation. And what a fun,
Thank
fun
you.
ending. Yeah, I hope the coaching
Yeah.
part was helpful. And I appreciate you
Yes.
sharing your experience in TCA. From your background in chemistry and education to your creativity and passion for creating toys and games, you've built something really unique with Catoms. And I encourage you to not give up, to get it done, because I mean, I think it's $1 million idea. That's why I wanted to be a
Thank
part of
you.
it. Yes. Now,
Thank you so much.
yes. In this episode, we did work through some big challenges with social media, but we all know, like, with social media, the biggest challenge is just the doing it. So we figured out something, a path we can take that's simple and direct, and already the work is done because you're telling stories you've already written. But we got to get to the doing. Now, if you found yourself
Yes.
nodding along to this episode in this conversation, or you felt inspired by Kieche's journey, that might be a sign that maybe your own toy story is waiting to be written. You don't need to be a full-time inventor or entrepreneur to start. You just got to have that spark of an idea and some time to dedicate to bring it to life. When you're ready, check out Toy Creators Academy at toycreatorsacademy.com. Email me, info@thetoycoach.com, if you have any questions. Now, before we wrap up, if you love this podcast and you haven't left us a review yet, what are you waiting for? Your reviews keep me coming back week after week. It encouraged guests like Kieche to come on this podcast and share their experiences. So please leave a review, leave a rating, make it a good one, and I will tell my mom and my husband all about it. And as always, thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I know your time is valuable and that there are a ton of other podcasts out there, so it truly means the world to me that you tune into this one. Until next week, we'll see you later, toy people.
Thanks for listening to the Making It in the Toy Industry podcast with Azhelle Wade. Head over to thetoycoach.com for more information, tips, and advice.